Hello and welcome to the 30k channel, a channel dedicated to games set in the HORUS Heresy. I'm your host, David Brains. And with me today, I've been joined by Richard and Chris. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for making the journey down.
Not a problem, thank you.
Well, good. Now, I know Chris has come from Stratford and Richard, you're not so far from Northampton, are you?
Yeah, I'm 30 miles down the road. It's not too far.
Nice.
Great.
And you've both brought me two really fantastic armies. We've got Imperial Fists and Alpha Legion.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. Now, we've done a mission, or you've written a mission for this, haven't you?
Yes.
So essentially what we've got a downed Thunderhawk with a Navigator that has survived the crash. Before he went down, he made a distress call.
Yeah, and we think he's got vital information, so he's kind of a high priority target.
Yeah.
Enough for Garrow to turn up.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah.
obviously quite important, but Alpha Legion have got other ideas.
Yeah, so the Imperial Fists are going to protect the Navigator, but then the Alpha Legion are coming and try and whisk him away.
We want him.
Absolutely.
And then the Alpha Legion are using him as an ambush to try and take out the Imperial Fists and kill a main target within the sector.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
and hopefully we've captured this in the armies that we've taken. So Richard and his Imperial Fists, they're a very static army.
Yeah.
You've got loads of shields.
Yeah, so going Stone Gauntlet for the right of war, which obviously makes my shields pretty good, and they're going to form a protective barrier for the Navigator, and just hold out until they can be extracted from the planet.
Absolutely.
So.
And you've got a bit of firepower, and then you've got a Fire Raptor loaded for some hard-hitting stuff.
Storm Eagle.
Sorry, Storm Eagle.
Storm Eagle ready to come in. It's going to transport in the Terminators and possibly Garrow. And yeah, it's my reinforcements just to come in and hopefully save the day. So
Great.
And Chris, you've got a bit of a outflanking force, haven't you?
Yeah. So I've gone a bit of a fast response sort of force, trying to really get to the Navigator there first. Got a bit of anti-armor to take down whatever the Imperial Fists might bring with them, but really just trying to drive the story in terms of what would an ambush look like for Alpha Legion. So we've got some fast moving outflankers, we've got some solid guys on the ground, and yeah, it's going to be good fun.
I think it'd be quite cool. Now, there's quite a lot going on in this game, so we'll try and cover it all as we can. We'll start with the mission firstly. We're playing the ambush deployment, so we've got a big 36-inch ring which Richard and his fist will be deployed.
So we'll be stuck in the middle.
You are.
And then, obviously, Alpha Legion are going to come on from either side.
Got 12 inches on,
Yeah.
Now, points available, we've got death tolls, so 1 victory point for each unit destroyed or falling back at the end of the game.
Yep.
We've got a priority target, which is you, isn't it?
Indeed.
So tell us about that.
So I have selected a character or independent character from the Imperial Fists. If I am able to take that character out, then I get D3 victory points at the end of the game.
Yes, but if the character survives, then Richard, you score...
I get D3 plus 3.
Yeah.
But obviously I have no idea who the character is.
Yes.
So it's going to be quite random. It's basically the Badblood mission from the Shadow War set. And then a tweak with the Navigator as a relic involved. And then obviously the custom using the ambush deployment.
Absolutely. And there's a secondary mission. We've got a thing called an execution. So any unit wiped out by sweep and advance, they gain wiped out additional victory point.
Additional victory point, yeah.
Cool. And then, as you said, the Navigator, which is represented by a Navigator, thankfully. Thanks for supplying that, Richard.
Yeah.
He's treated as a relic at the end of the game, is worth D3 victory points to either side who controls him.
Yeah. Great.
Now, as we mentioned as well, we're using Garrow.
Got Garrow involved.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Garrow's a knight errant. I think it's the first time in the channel for a knight errant. I think Garrow's well known throughout the history of the HORUS Heresy. Obviously from Flight of the Icestein and then on to working with the Sigilite. And he's basically the hand of the Sigilite.
Yeah.
One of his main things is he's got to take a secret mission called No for Moment. I think it's called No for Moment. Right. So basically, I think there's 5 options. You pick one of the missions, you keep it secret. Obviously, I'm going to let David know. I think he may be flashing it down on the front of the screen now. And if I do that, I get a certain amount of victory points based on what it says on the mission. If I don't succeed, I can't win the game, but it doesn't mean I necessarily lose the game. So say I get victory on the whole game, I get the victory, but I don't do the oath. it's a draw.
Yes.
So so it's quite important that he fulfills his destiny within the game. So yeah, which I like. It's a nice aspect of, you know, it's an extra bonus to the mission.
I kind of like the do or die attitude about it. It's kind of like it's imperative to achieve his mission, and he's in there.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, so we've loaded ourselves up with some very strong tea this morning to get us going.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice non-milky tea. It's really
the way
good.
It should be.
Yeah,
we like a strong cup of tea here.
Yeah,
we've got lots going on this mission. We've got a really great board. It's kind of a deserty, quite a heavily. There's a lot of line of sight blockers in this as well.
I think the idea is based on Pluto, isn't it? So on the edge of the solar system, and obviously people, again, if you know your fluff, the Alpha Legion come in through Pluto. They end up taking Pluto, I think, and then that's where HORUS can really move into the solar system. So it's a nice early battle within that sort of area of the galaxy, and obviously the Imperial Fists are doing all their work within the solar system, so it makes sense for him to be there, and Garrow as well. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So from a fluff point of view, I think it ticks a lot of boxes. Yeah,
and this is the first game as well where we've got two guys from the community have written the fluff for this game. I think some of you may remember we put an advert out maybe a month ago asking for people to write fluff for games. We had such a massive response, and thankfully Pete and Dan have stepped up and wrote us a really great story.
Yeah, I think I did a little written bit, which was just people talking. So it was Garrow arriving, just talking to Artimus Till, who's my praetor today. And then there was a little bit in Alpha Legion as well. And then obviously he took that and he made a nice little story out of it, which I think works well with the fluff.
Yeah, so really good stuff.
And we're trying really hard to drive the narrative a little bit more. I'm not very good at writing things like that, and I figured, well, there's no point me trying to write it, so we've got other people out there to do it for us. So hopefully you've had a read of it. It'll work really well. Tie it all in together.
Yeah.
And we're going to produce a nice game for you.
And I think the way me and Chris like to play is a nice narrative style game.
Tell the story.
We might not necessarily do things that are massively competitive during the game. We may do it for story reasons.
Absolutely.
And especially if we've got certain targets on the table, we'll probably play a little bit different.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be a good game.
Fantastic. Chris, I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. It's going to be great fun.
Yeah. We're gonna delve into these guys' lists very, very soon, work out what we've got, and then we'll see you at the beginning of the game, and we'll run off to see who seizes.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Good stuff. We'll see you in a second.
3,000 points of Imperial Fists using the Stone Gauntlet Rite of War, led by Praetor Artimus Till, who has the Warlord trait Paladin of Glory. HQs, I've got Artimus Till, who's the Praetor and my commander today. He has Artificer Armour, Iron Halo, Paragon Blade, and Digital Lasers. My second HQ is Nathaniel Garrow, the Knight Errant, former battle captain of the Death Company and the Hand of the Sigillite. And he has so many rules, he's definitely worth looking up, but he's got more than a shield captain. First elite choice, I have my Tartarus Terminators, equipped with Storm Shields. 3 of them have Chain Fists and the rest have Power Fists. Now there's a bit of an issue with this, because obviously on paper, technically I can't use Tartarus with shields, but after the last HORUS Heresy Weekender, Forge World did confirm that they are legal and will be in the next FAQ. So having discussed it with my opponent, he's quite happy for me to use them. Second elite choice is a Mortis Contemptor Dreadnought with 2 Twin Links las cannons. My third elite choice is a Veteran Squad. They come with 2 additional heavy bolters, and the Sergeant has Artificer Armour and a Melter Combi Melter, and the whole squad have Melter Bombs. First troop choice is a Tactical Squad. The Sergeant has Artificer Armour and a Combi Melter and has Melter Bombs. My second and third troop choices are 2 squads of Breachers. They're 10-man squads. Both squads have 2 Melter Guns. The Sergeants have Artificer Armour and Melter Bomb, and one is equipped with a Power Axe, the other one with a Power Sword. Fourth troop choice are Ryan Kimmel's favourite unit, the Phalanx Warders. I have 4 Power Axes in the squad, with Artificer Armour and Power Fist on the Sergeant. Looking forward to getting these guys into combat as soon as possible. Fast attack. It's the Storm Eagle Assault Gunship. This comes with Hellstrike missiles and Armoured Ceramite. This will be delivering the Terminators, with Nathaniel Garrow leading them into combat. I have 2 Vindicator Laser Destroyers. These are individuals on the table, and I'm hoping they're going to take out the Alpha Legion armour. Heavy support. I have my Leviathan Siege Dreadnought. He comes with Armoured Ceramite, Grav Flux Bombard, and a Snippy Claw, ready to take the head off the Alpha Legion.
3,000 points of Alpha Legion using the Pride of the Legion Rite of War. This is led by Harrow Master Jaran Payne with the target priority Warlord trait. For the HQ, we have Harrow Master Jaran Payne. He is a Praetor with a mastercrafted Paragon Blade, digital lasers in Cataphractii armour. He has a Volkite Charger and a Power Dagger. HQ number 2, I have a Chaplain in Tartarus Terminator armour. And HQ number 3, I have a Saboteur in Artificer armour with a Combi Melter and a Power Weapon. First Elite's choice for the Alpha Legion, I have a 7-man Terminator squad. We've got 3 Chain Fists, 2 Power Axes, and 2 pairs of Lightning Claws. They've got a dedicated Spartan transport with Armoured Ceramite and a Dozer Blade. Troop squads number 2 and 3, I have 2 Veteran Tactical squads, both 10-man units with Melter Bombs and 2 Combi Melters. The Sergeant has Artificer armour and a Power Fist. 1 unit has a Rhino with a Dozer Blade. My final troop squad is a tactical squad. They're really bare bones, just with a Nuncio Vox, hopefully calling in the ambush. Elites, I've got a Mortis Contemptor Dreadnought with a pair of Carey's Assault Cannons. Fast attack, I have 2 squadrons of Javelin Landspeeders. 1 unit has 2 speeders with multi-melters. The other is a lone Javelin with a multi-melter. Third Elite's choice, I have a Lightning Strike Fighter with ground tracking auguries, battle server to control. They've got 4 Kraken Penetrator missiles and 2 Sun Fury missiles. First Heavy Support Squad, I have a Fire Raptor gunship with the Reaper Autocannon battery upgrade. Second Heavy Support choice, I've got a Sicker and Venator with Dozer Blades. Third and final Heavy Support choice is a Heavy Weapon Support Squad with 6 Volkite Culverins.
Chris, Richard, we're deployed, ready to go. Is that right?
Indeed.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to this. Chris, the Alpha Legion have outflanked and encircled the Imperial Fists.
We have indeed. Trap has been sprung. The Imperial Fists don't know what's going to hit them.
Excellent
I'm
stuff.
hoping the Imperial Fists will react now. And yeah, give me a good shout.
All right, let's have a friendly handshake.
Good luck, Richard.
Good luck, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And Richard, you want to seize, is that right?
I definitely want to seize, yeah. We're hoping the Fist can react to this and just catch the Alpha Legion off guard.
All right, cool. Let's have a look.
Here we go. Oh, it's a no.
Great news. So we're going off with Alpha Legion turn 1. Alpha Legion turn 1 movement phase. We started off with the Tactical Marines being backed up by the Sicker and just pushing forwards up to the pipeline. Moving around the board, the Veteran Tactical Squad have pushed up with the support of the Mortis Contemptor. The Heavy Support Squad have stayed put, drawing lines on the breaches. As we move around to the other side of the board, the Javelin Landspeeders have come around to get an angle on the breaches or maybe onto the Leviathan. And finally, the Spartan, following on from his scout movement, has pushed up to get ready for more shooting. Alpha Legion turn 1 shooting phase, kicking things off with the Sicker and Venator opening fire into the rear armour of the Imperial Fist Laser Destroyer Vindicator. We've got 2 shots, looking for 3s to hit. That's 1 hit. And this is strength 10 into rear armour 11, so needing 1 to glance. It is ordnance, so I'll roll 2d6 and pick the highest. That's a 4, so that is a penetrating hit. So 1 cover save, please, Richard.
I get cover save from the intervening models in my Phalanx Warder Squad. So here we go, 5 up. No, it goes through.
Onto the armour penetration. That's a 2, plus 2 on the table because AP 1, meaning a 4, which makes it stunned. The heavy bolter is also going into the back end, so looking for 3s. That's 1 hit. Now I need a 6 to glance. That's not a glance. The tactical squad have opened fire on the phalanx warders. 7 hit and 4 have wounded. Richard's now about to take his armour saves.
Now the closest guy has a 3-up save, but second to him is the Artificer Armoured Sergeant. So I'm going to do these one at a time until I get on the Sergeant. Here we go, need 3-up. No, he's gone, so now it's 2-ups on the Sergeant, again one at a time. No, he's dead. So now I'm on to the 3-ups. And they're saved. So a bit gutted about that, losing the Sergeant outright, not good.
The veteran tactical squad is opening fire onto the Imperial Fists tactical squad. 20 shots because they are rapid firing. 15 shots have hit, so now looking for 4s to wound. 6s are AP2, so that's 2 AP2s, 4 wounds. Having scored 2 AP2 shots, Richard's going to be removing 1 tactical marine, and now he's going to be looking out, sir, for the remaining AP2 before taking the 4 regular wounds.
Here we go, 4-up. And no, the Sergeant goes down. And then there's 4 standard saves of 3+. And I make all 4.
The Mortis Contemptor has opened up into the tactical squad as well. We have scored 2 rending wounds and 5 regular wounds, which Richard's about to save now.
Here we go, 3-ups. And 1 goes down.
The Volkite Culverin squad have opened fire into the Breacher squad with the Praetor, which are guarding the Navigator. I've scored 14 wounds out of 24 shots.
Now I have 1 Breacher Marine in range ahead of my Artificer Armour Sergeant. So I'm going to take it on him first, and then it will go on to the Sergeant. Here we go. First one, 3-up. 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 Oh, he goes down. So now it goes on to my 2-up save, my Sergeant. Now I'm going to try and tank as many as I can on this. So 2+. 2+. There he goes. And then we're back onto 3-ups. So I'll just roll the remaining. And there we go. So I lose 4 in total.
The Javelin attack speeders are opening up on the Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, starting with the 2 multi-melters. Now we're out of melter range, and as there's Armoured Ceramite on the Dreadnought, I'm not going to be getting the melter rule. So I'm looking for 2s to hit. That's 2 hits. And now I need 5s to glance. Nothing, unfortunately. Moving on to the missiles. This is going to be 4 twin-linked crack missiles. Again, looking for 2s. Twin-linked. There we are, that's 4 hits. And again, looking for 5s to glance. That's 2 glances and a pen.
Okay. I have a 4-up invulnerable save. So what would you like me to take first, the glance or the penetrate?
Take the glance, please.
Okay, so 2 glances and 4-ups. 1 save, 1 goes through, and then the penetrate goes through.
And rolling on the penetrate table, score of 2 on the vehicle damage table means it is shaken. The Spartan is opening fire onto the Vindicator, starting with the las cannons, looking for 3s to hit. That's 2 twin-linked shots. There we are, that's all of them have hit. Now the side armour of the Vindicator is 11, so looking for 2s to glance. And that's 4 penetrating hits. The Spartan is opening fire onto the Vindicator, starting off with the twin-linked las cannons. 4 shots, looking for 3s. They've all hit. Side armour is 11, so needing 2s to glance. 2 hull points will wreck it. The vehicle is definitely wrecked. I'm going to roll on the vehicle damage table on the chance that I might explode it. So there is no explode results there, so the vehicle is wrecked. Using the power of the machine spirit, the heavy bolter has targeted the veteran tactical squad. We caused 1 wound there, which Richard was unable to save. Really great round for the Alpha Legion, really pleased with how it's going so far, putting the pressure on the Imperial Fists, and the trap has truly been sprung. The tactical squad were forced to take a morale check from the really great shooting. They did pass it. They're not running, unfortunately, but they are reduced in strength significantly.
Imperial Fists turn 1 movement. The tactical squad are staying put, ready to fury at the veteran squad. The breacher squad with the Praetor and the Navigator have moved forward to get into melter range of the Contemptor. My Mortis Contemptor, sitting on the downed ship, is lined up so that he can take a shot at the Contemptor or the Venator. The laser destroyers lined up on the Venator. My Phalanx Warder squad have moved forward, ready to fire and then potentially charge the tactical squad. My veteran squad have moved up, ready to go strap some melter bombs on that Spartan. The Leviathan has moved up, ready hopefully for next turn to take out some Terminators. And my last breacher squad have moved up on the Javelins, hoping to destroy one with melter guns and then charge the other. Imperial Fist turn 1 shooting. Going to start with the veteran squad. The Sergeant's got a combi melter and he's going to pop up a shot on the Spartan, hoping to get a glance. Here we go, so hitting on freeze. It's a hit, and now I need a 6 to do the glance. Sadly no. The breacher squad are now lining up their shots with the melter guns on the Javelins. One's within melter range, one isn't. My opponent has decided to jink.
Yep.
So here we go with the first one, which is in melter range. So I need a 3 to hit. And typical melter, it misses. And then the second one, a 3 to hit. Whoop. And that's a hit. And then it's armor 11 against strength 8. So here we go. And that is a pen.
So I've got a 4-up jink save, which he fails.
So this is AP1 on the damage chart. So hoping for a high number here. And it's gone. Boom. The exploding javelin spread out its debris and caught 4 of my Marines, but thankfully I made the saves. So with the remaining javelin, I threw a grenade at it from my sergeant, but sadly didn't do any damage. But I'm hoping to get the charge on and destroy it in combat. The tactical Marines have Fury of the Legion onto the veteran squad. I had 16 shots and managed to cause 6 wounds. And now my gracious opponent is going to try and save some.
So looking for 3 ups, apologies. That is 2 dead Marines.
Could have been better, but I'm happy with that. The Vindicator laser destroyer has lined up its shot on the Venator, and I'm going to overcharge, which gives me 3 twin link shots. Here we go. Hitting on freeze. And that's twin linked. That's all hits. And now it's ordnance, so it's 2d6, pick the highest. And it's armor 13 with strength 9. So that's a glance. Second one is nothing. And the third one is a pen. So we've got 1 pen and 1 glance. Now it's an AP1 weapon, so I'm hoping to destroy it with this AP1 shot. Here we go. Oh, and it's a 4, which means it's stunned. The Imperial Fist Mortis Contemptor has lined up its las cannons on the Alpha Legion Mortis Contemptor. I've got 2 shots, twin linked, hitting on 2s. Here we go. So that's 2 hits, and it's strength 9 against armor 13. So here we go. And that is 1 penetrating hit. Now, because of the rock in the center, he is getting a 4+ cover save, which my opponent will take now. And he saves it. Ooh, lucky boy.
I'm okay with that.
The breacher squad with the Praetor have opened fire on the veteran squad. The 2 melt guns hit and have caused wounds. I then rolled for my bolt guns and managed to cause another 5 additional wounds. And now my opponent is going to try and save. Saving the melter shots first, please.
Okay, so first of all, 1 Marine is going to be dying from the melter gun. The second one is going on to the Sergeant, which I'm going to look out, sir. So on a 4-up, it passes on to a regular Marine who dies. And now I've got 5 regular armor saves, looking for 2s until the Sergeant dies. 1, 2. He's dead. Now 2 3-ups. They're fine.
Quite happy with that. To take out the Power Fist Sergeant is pretty good for me. End of the Imperial Fist shooting phase. The veterans had to take a morale test, which they just barely passed. Everything else has worked out pretty good. I was unhappy not to destroy the Contemptor, but I've stopped the Venator for a turn, and I've taken out one of the Javelins, so I'm pretty happy in general. Imperial Fist Assault turn 1. The Breacher squad have charged into the Javelin, and now I have 18 attacks from my Initiative 4 guys, hitting on 5s because the Javelin has Grav Backwash, which means I'm -2 to hit. So here we go, 5s to hit. There's a few in there, I'm quite happy with that. So we'll remove the misses. And then Strength 4 against Armor 10, so I'm needing 6s to do damage. Here we go, looking for a couple of 6s here. And we get 2, so it's actually wrecked. Really happy with that. Didn't really need my Sergeant with the Motor Bomb after all. Imperial Fist veterans have charged into the Spartan. The whole squad have Melter Bombs, so with the new multi-bombing rule back, we're charged in. We've got 9 guys strapping Melter Bombs on. Here we go. I need 3s to hit. And that's not too bad. 4 of them missed, so 5 have hit. Now these are Strength 8 plus 2d6, so I need 6s on 2d6 to pen. Here we go. So that's a pen. Second one is a glance. Third one is a glance. Fourth one is a pen. And the final one is nothing. So I've got 2 pens. These are AP1. So let's see if I can blow this up. Need a 5 to destroy it. And no. With the 2 weapon destroyed results, I was really lucky randomizing the dice, and I blew off both its las cannons. So the Spartan survives on 1 hull point, but in general, I'm pretty happy with that. Imperial Fist Phalanx Warders tried to charge. My opponent overwatched but didn't cause any damage. I needed a 9-inch and sadly didn't make it, but better luck next time. End of the Imperial Fist turn 1. I'm quite happy with the way that panned out in general. I've shut down the Venator for a turn, killed 2 Javelins. Bit unlucky with the Spartan, but at least it's not going to be doing too much damage for the rest of the game. Overall, I'm pretty happy.
Alpha Legion turn 2 movement. Starting off with reserves. The Saboteur has stepped onto the board, and as he steps on, he causes a sabotage attack. So we're doing an automatic penetrating hit on the Mortis Contemptor. So going straight onto the damage table, and I roll a 4, which is weapon destroyed. You've got a 5-up invuln save, Richard.
Okay, 5-up invulnerable save for the shielding. And I make it. Whoa, very happy with that.
Continuing on with the movement phase, my reserves came on successfully. So my Fire Raptor, the Lightning, and a Javelin have all entered play. As you can see, the Flyers have moved up into strong positions. Terminators have disembarked from the Spartan, ready to take the fight to the Imperial Fists. The Javelin has deep struck, using the Nuncio Vox to not scatter, hoping to get a shot off onto the Vindicator. The Sicaran, which is shaken, so not able to shoot its main gun this turn, has taken cover behind the rock, whilst the Veterans and the Dreadnought have moved into stronger positions, hoping to put some firepower down on the Imperial Fists. Alpha Legion turn 2 shooting, kicking things off with the Volkite Culverins opening up into the breaches. Out of 24 shots, I got 15 hits. We're now going to roll to wound, looking for 3s. And that's a good amount there, with just 3, 4, 5, 6 failing to wound. Of all those hits, I've caused 9 wounds, which Richard is about to save now. We'll then take the additional wounds from Deflagrate.
Okay, so I've got 2 breaches before my Praetor. So here we go for them. That's 3+. Okay, 1 goes down. 3 up. Another 3 up. Another one. Another one. Oh, getting lucky here. No, he's gone down. So now it's on my Praetor. I'm going to try and tank it off my Praetor. So these are 2 pluses. And that's good. So 2 failed.
And that is 2 additional wounds from Deflagrate. They both wound.
Okay.
2 more
so
saves.
I've got 2 more 2-ups, and I'm going to take them again on my Praetor. And there we go. All good.
The Mortis Contemptor Dreadnought is going to try and finish off the Imperial Fist Tactical Squad. Unloading, I've got 12 shots hitting on 2s. So we've got just 2 misses, that's 10 hits. And now we're looking for 2s to wound. 6s are rending. So it's 2 rending, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Okay, so 2 are automatically dead through the rending. So I've got 3 other guys to save 5 hits. So here we go. And I lose 1 cocked. And I lose 3 more, so that's the unit gone.
The Veteran Tactical Squad are now opening up on the breaches with the Praetor. They're going to fire off their combi melters to start with. The rest of the squad will then rapid fire their bolters. So looking for 3s to hit, 1 hit, and a 2 to wound. That's a wound.
Okay, this is on the Praetor because he's the nearest man, so I'm going to look out, sir, on the 2+. And then I'm going to do my 6-up invuln with my shields. And no, I lose 1 of the Marines.
The veterans are now going to be firing their bolters, again hitting on 3s. So we have 2 4 hits. And now we're going to be wounding on 4s because they are marksman vets. 6s are AP2. So that's 1 AP2.
Okay, so I'm going to... do you want me to take the AP2 first?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to look up sir on a 2+, which I do. And then I need a 6-up invuln. Got them in the wrong order.
That was fairly unfortunate shooting from the veteran squad, but we pulled down 2 breaches, thinning off the bodyguard around the relic.
The Praetor with the breaches have taken quite a lot of damage in that shooting phase so far. But with my Warlord trait, my Praetor is fearless, so the squad remain no morale check needed.
The Javelin is now going to open fire onto the Vindicator, starting off with the multi-melter, looking for 2s to hit thanks to strafing run. He's just about hit. Now we've already measured, he is in melter range. Front armor is 13, so I'm looking for 5s on 2d6. That is a penetrating hit. Let's see what it does. That's a 3 going up to a 5, weapon destroyed.
Okay, so we have the laser destroyer cannon at the front, and we have a storm bolter on top, or combi bolter. So 1, 2, 3, it's the laser cannon, and
4, 5, 6, the bolter.
That's
That's the laser destroyer.
So that's severely weakened that tank. Gutted.
The Javelin is also going to fire off his crack missiles. These are 2 twin-linked crack missiles. 2 hits, strength 8, so needing 5s again to glance. That's 2 penetrating hits.
So it's wrecked.
It is wrecked, and there's no point seeing if it can explode because it's not going to be able to hurt anything. The tactical squad has opened fire with Fury of the Legion on the Phalanx Warders. Of the 40 shots, I've scored 8 wounds, which Richard is now about to take.
Okay, so this is 8 free-ups for the Phalanx Warders, fingers crossed. And I lose 3 of them.
I'm okay with that. That's a good result. The Terminator squad has opened fire into the Veteran Tactical squad. Of the 12 shots, 11 have hit. I'm just about to roll to wound now. Looking for 4s to wound. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. If you could take 4 saves, please, Richard.
Okay, the nearest guy is my sergeant, who has a 2-up save. So I think I'm going to risk it and just try and see if he can take this damage out. Here we go. And I'll get lucky.
The Chaplain and the Praetor remain. The Chaplain is going to open fire next. Ballistic skill 5, meaning 2s to hit. That's 2 hits. 4s to wound. That's 2 wounds. 2 more saves, please, sir.
Okay, and again, I'm hoping for the best here. It's a 2-up save on my sergeant. Here we go. And he's down. Ooh.
And finally, we have the Praetor. He has got a Volkite Caliver. He's going to open fire. 2s to hit. 2 hits. And 3s to wound. So 1 wound.
Okay. And it's a 3+ save for my normal guys. Here we go. And he's gone down too. So I've lost 2 in that shooting phase.
Causing 1 wound from the Volkite Caliver. I'm now going to try and see if I can cause another one using Deflagrate. That is another wound.
Okay, so final 3-up save. Here we go. And yes, it's safe.
The Spartan has added his firepower to the Terminator's shots, felling one more Imperial Fist. The Fire Raptor gunship has opened up with his nose cannons onto the Breacher squad with the Praetor that is currently holding the relic. Of the 7 shots, 6 have hit, all of them hit, causing 6 wounds, which Richard is now about to take his saves.
Okay, so the nearest 2 guys are the Breachers, and they've got 6 up invuns, so we're going to try them first and hope for some luck. So here we go. No, those 2 are dead. And then it's 4 wounds on the Praetor, who has a 2-up save. So here we go, hoping he can tank all of these. And he takes 1 wound.
I'm happy with that for a result. The Fire Raptor has continued to open fire. One of the autocannon batteries has done a single wound and killed a single Breacher Marine. The other battery opened up on the Mortis Contemptor, causing 2 penetratings and a glance. The glance was saved by a cover save. I have immobilized and stunned the Dreadnought. The Lightning is opening fire now on the Leviathan Dreadnought. I'm going to fire 2 Kraken Penetrator missiles and the las cannons, starting up with the Kraken Penetrators, hitting on 2s, again thanks to Strafing Run. That's 2 hits. Now these are 2d6 armor penetration, so the first one is going to be a penetrates, and the second one is also a penetrates. Richard now has a 4-up invuln save for both of those.
Okay, here we go. The Leviathan has 2 4-up invulnerable saves. Hope this goes well. Yay!
Alpha Legion turn 2 assault. We've managed to make it into combat with the veteran tactical squad. Didn't take any wounds on the Overwatch. The Praetor's going in first. I've got 7 attacks on the charge thanks to the Power Dagger. Mastercrafted Paragon Blade, and the Chaplain will give me rerolls as well. Looking for 3s to hit, and then 3s to wound.
Didn't need the Chaplain.
Didn't need the Chaplain. And now 3s to kill. So it's 2, 4, 6 dead Space Marines.
And that's the whole unit gone.
End of the assault phase and end of turn 2. Really, really strong turn for the Alpha Legion. The Praetor stepped in and finished off the veteran tactical squad. They've now consolidated and pulled back a little bit towards the Spartan. Really happy with how this is panning out for this turn though. Really strong start, leaving the Imperial Fists desperately, desperately trying to hold on to the game.
Imperial Fists turn to movement. Well, reserves have come on. The Storm Eagle's flown onto the battle, heading towards the Terminators. The Leviathan has moved up, hopefully going to get a good shot with my Grav Flux onto the Terminators. The Phalanx Warders have moved forward. They're just going to do what they can and go into those tactical Marines and hopefully finish them off. The Mortis, who's immobilised, still has some options of his shooting, but sadly he is snap shooting, but I'm hoping with Twin Linked I'll get lucky. The Praetor has thought, well, I need to go deal with these veterans, and has moved forward, dragging the poor Navigator with him, but he's hopefully going to demolish them. And then the last Breacher squad have moved forward to try and get some shots on the Saboteur. Imperial Fist turn 2 shooting. The Leviathan has opened up on the Terminator squad. The Flamers are sadly out of range, but I fired the Melter gun, managed to get the hit, but sadly didn't wound. But the Grav Flux has landed on the Terminators, managing to hit 4 of them, who failed their toughness tests, and now they're going to take 4 invuln saves.
So we're going to take 2 to start with before we get to the Praetor. So that's 1 down so far. 1 more is dead. Now 1 on the Praetor, he takes a wound.
Okay, really happy with that. I did also manage to clip the Spartan, but sadly didn't roll a penetrate on my 3d6. Imperial Fist Storm Eagle is now going to open up with its weapons. I'm going to fire 2 Hellstrike missiles into the Spartan, and then I'm going to fire, using Machine Spirit, the Vengeance Launcher into the Terminators. So first off, I'm going with the Hellstrike missiles. So I need 3s to hit. That's 2 hits. And then I need 6s, and because it's got the Sunder rule, I'll get re-rolls to these to try and get that last hull point off. So here we go, fingers crossed. And we get it straight away. So the Spartan is wrecked. The Vengeance Launcher has opened up on the Terminators, managed to hit 9 of them and do damage to 4. So now he's going to make his save.
So I have 2 up armor saves, which would make them all.
Damn it. Imperial Fist Contemptor Mortis is now going to snap shoot the las cannons at the Venator. So I'm hoping for a 6 on these dice. Here we go. We get none so far, but it is twin linked, so fingers crossed. Come on, 1 6 at least. And we get 1. Okay. So it's strength 9, AP 1 against armor 13. So 4s to glance. Here we go. And it's a pen. It's a pen. Great news. I've destroyed the Venator. Hull pointed it out. Really happy with that. The Phalanx Warders have opened up with their bolt pistols into the tactical squad, and I managed to take 1 of them out. The Breacher squad have unloaded with their bolters onto the Saboteur, and I managed to get quite a few hits, but more importantly, I've got a good 7 wounds on him. So he's now got to make those saves.
Artificer armor, so looking for 2s.
Ooh, and he lost 1.
He has 1
really
wound.
hoping just to take him out. Also, my Praetor pulled out his bolt pistol, lined up a shot on the veterans, but sadly couldn't take one down. Phalanx Warders have charged into the Tactical Marines, doing a disorganised charge, so they've actually gone into the Javelin as well. They didn't take any to the Overwatch. My Breacher's Hammer of Wrath didn't take any wounds on the Tactical Marines. Tactical Marines swung at my Breachers, and I managed to lose 2 of them in the combat, which is pretty bad. But they did swing back at the same initiative and take 1 of the Tactical Marines out. I've now got 1 Parallax guy on the Tactical Marines and 2 Parallax guys on the Javelin. So this is the Parallax guy on the Tactical Marines, hitting on 4s. Oh, typical Parallax. And then I've got the 2 on the Javelin, they need 5s. Here we go. Oh, I got 1. And then it's strength 5 against armor 10. So a 5, a 6 will be really good here though. Ah, no, nothing. So Alpha Legion, sadly, I got away with it. Didn't do as much damage as I would have liked. Sadly, my Imperial Fist lost combat, but thankfully, I've made my morale check and we're still in the fight. The mighty Praetor Artimus Till has managed to get into combat with the veteran squad. So now he's going to swing his Paragon Blade and hopefully take the heads off of these dirty traitor Legionnaires. Here we go, 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, not fantastic there, only got 2. Gutted. Okay, and then it's 3s to kill. And that's 2 dead veterans.
The veterans are returning into the fight. I've got 9 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. Not great. 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds, hits, sorry. Now wounding on 4s. That's 2 wounds.
Okay, and I have Artificer armor, so we're going for 2 pluses to keep him in the game. Here we go. And he's safe. So the Imperial Fist Praetor is 1 combat by 2. So a leadership test for the Alpha Legion. And they are safe too. So we stay in combat. End of Imperial Fist turn 2. I couldn't have gone much better than that actually. Taking the Venator out, taking the Spartan out. The Praetor was nicely locked in combat and the Saboteur took a wound. I'm pretty happy with that turn. I'm hoping I can stay in the game now.
Alpha Legion turn 3. Start of the movement phase. My 2nd veteran squad has come on from reserves. They've deployed to get me in a position to potentially snatch the relic if required. As we push on around the board, the Volkites still haven't moved. They've drawn a line on the Breacher squad. It's going to be a long shot, but we can hopefully get some shots in there. The Dreadnoughts moved up to support the veterans. The tactical squad is still locked in combat with the Phalanx Warders. However, the Javelin has been able to break free and is making a beeline for the Mortis Contemptor. The Terminator squad has pushed on around towards the Leviathan, hoping to get into combat with that. We can hopefully put some hurt on it. The Lightning has moved up in support as well. Alpha Legion turn 3 shooting. We're kicking things off with the heavy weapon support squad, firing their Volkite culverins into the Breacher squad. Of the 20 shots to hit, 14 scored a hit, and I scored 13 wounds. Richard's now about to take his armor saves.
Okay, I've got 7 guys before my Artificer Sergeant. So I'm going to roll 7 and then work it up from there. So here we go. First 7, 3 pluses. Aspect cocked. Okay, so that's 2 done so far. Keep tabs of that because of defag rate. And then I'll roll the other 6. Okay, just 1 more goes down. So that's 3 wounds gone through.
3 wounds from Deflagrate. Let's see if I can hurt you some more. Looking for 3s. There's 3 more saves,
Okay,
please.
there's 3 more free ups needed. Here we go. And another one goes down. So that's 4 dead. So it's a morale check for the Breacher squad. Leadership 9 because of the Sergeant. So here we go. Hopefully they're hanging around. Oh, they're running. Typical Breachers. Okay, let's see how far we go. And it will be the nearest table edge because of the mission. And it's 7 inches. So we're going to measure that and see if they stay on the table.
The Javelin is opening fire on the Mortis Contemptor. So firing off with the Multi-Melter, hitting on 2s from Strafing Run. He's hit. 2d6 armor pen. That is a penetrating hit. This could be the last hull point. Richard's now got a 5-up invuln save.
Fingers crossed. Come on, don't let me down. And he's gone.
Let's see
Let's see
what
if
the
it goes
damage
up.
does. Rolling for damage, I rolled a 5, so the Dreadnought does explode. The Lightning is opening fire once more onto the Leviathan Dreadnought, firing off 2 Kraken penetrators and a las cannon. So the Krakens first. 2s to hit. 1 is hit. 2d6 armor penetration. Can re-roll this if needed. It's not needed though, so that is a penetrate. Richard now has a 4-up invuln.
Okay, fingers crossed. Come on, 4 up. Let's do this. Oh no, it goes through.
What damage can we do? 2 goes up to a 4, which is stunned. We'll also roll for the las cannon, see if that can hurt it. Hitting on 2s. It's hit. Strength 9, so we need 4s to glance. It's not glanced. Tank Hunter, so we're going to re-roll this. That is another glance. 4 up,
Okay,
please, Richard.
4 up for the Leviathan, or he's out of the game. Come on, I've got to make one of these today. Go! And the Leviathan is wrecked.
Moving into Alpha Legion turn 3 assault phase. We're kicking things off with the Imperial Fist Praetor against my veteran squad. So the Imperial Fists are going first. They have 5 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to kill.
Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's not too bad. 2 misses. So here we go. 3 pluses, and it will take the squad out. And that's all 3 of them dead.
Okay, do you want to consolidate, Richard?
Yeah. And again, nice 5-inch movement.
My tactical squad are in combat with the Phalanx Warders. They've attacked first, as the Imperial Fists have power axes. I've scored 4 wounds out of all of my attacks. Richard's about to save those before he hits me back.
Here we go, 3 pluses. I'd like to save all these. Come on. Ooh, 2 go down.
Great result.
Okay, so I'll jump straight in with my 1 guy who can attack back. So he gets 1 attack, hitting on 3s. And that was a quick assault.
So,
I lost combat by 2.
Take your leadership.
Okay, leadership 8. And we're still there with 1 guy. That's not too bad.
End of Alpha Legion turn 3. Pretty strong turn. I'm very happy with how this is going. The Volkite Culverins put some hurt on the remaining Breacher squad and got those running. A little bit gutted that my veterans couldn't hold up the Praetor, but what's to be expected there. Javelin has taken out the Mortis Contemptor Dreadnought, and the Leviathan is finally out of the game. So, in a strong position to press this forwards and see how the rest of the fight goes.
Imperial Fist turn 3 movement. The Storm Eagle has gone into hover mode and has just moved around to let Garrow and the Terminators jump out, ready to charge into those Terminators. And he's lined up to get a shot on the Lightning. The Praetor has moved back and is going to go gutsy and run into the Mortis Contemptor and hopefully survive the Overwatch to dish out a melter bomb on him. The Breacher squad have rallied, moved up a tiny bit, hoping to get some snapshots on the Saboteur. Imperial Fist turn 3 shooting. The Breacher squad have snap fired into the Saboteur. Managed to get 2 wounds on him, but sadly he saved them. So moving on now to the Storm Eagle. The Storm Eagle is going to fire 2 of its Hellstrike missiles into the Javelin, and then it's going to machine spirit its Vengeance launcher into the Terminators. So starting with the Hellstrike missiles on the Javelin, my opponent has elected to jink, so we're hitting on freeze, which is 2 hits, and then we're penetrating on freeze, or glancing on freeze, with reroll for Sunder. So get a reroll on that one. So that's a glance and a pen. So do you want to jink the pen first?
Okay.
Pen saved, and then a jink.
Has gone through.
Okay, so that's 1 whole point off the Javelin. The Storm Eagle's Vengeance launcher has fired its 2 templates onto the Terminators. I got really lucky with the hits, and I've managed to cause 9 wounds. So now he's going to try and save them on 2-ups.
So the first 2 saves. 1 has gone down. 1 on a regular Terminator now before the Praetor. 1 at a time. We're good. Just 1 Terminator down.
Pretty happy with that. Taking 1 down. It's a good result. Garrow has fired his Paragon Bolter into the Terminators. It's a good old weapon. I was hoping for some Rens with the hits, but I managed to cause 2 wounds, and he managed to save them on 2 pluses. Turn 3 assault for the Imperial Fists. Praetor Artimus Till was braved through the fire of Overwatch from the Kerry's assault cannons on the Contemptor to charge in, hoping to melt a bombing out.
The Contemptor is going to be hitting first. He's got 3 attacks, so we're looking for 4s to hit. We've got 1 hit, and we're looking for 2s to wound. And that is a wound.
Okay, I've got Artificer Armor, so here's a 2-up save. And he's okay. Now I'm going to swing for my Melter Bomb. I've got a 3-up needed. Fingers crossed. No. So we just sit in combat. The single Phalanx Warder held strong against overwhelming attacks. Didn't take any damage. Sadly, he couldn't damage out himself, but he's happy to sit there and slap them all about next turn. The Imperial Fist Shield Terminators have charged in with Garrow into the Alpha Legion Terminator squad. The Chaplain, who's in Tartarus armor, did a cheeky little overwatch, but didn't do any damage. I went in and got Hammer of Wrath and managed to take out 1 of the Terminators. Now Garrow has challenged the Praetor of the Alpha Legion, who has actually, unlike Alpha Legion normally, has accepted the challenge.
Is he Alpharius?
Is he Alpharius? So Garrow's going to swing first. We're both initiative 5, but me being the charger is going to go first. So Garrow has 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. Ooh, that's not very good. So 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Now he does have rending, so looking for 6s here. Oh, 1 6. That's 1 AP to save. So 1 invulnerable save. And he saves it. So now the Praetor is going to swing back.
Praetor is hitting back. I have 6 attacks, hitting you on 4s. 1 of them is mastercrafted, so re-rolling. There we are. That is 4 hits. Now I'm wounding you on 3s. 6s would be instant death. However, I believe you are
He's Eternal Warrior, yes.
So that is 3 would be instant deaths, 3 wounds.
Okay. Now Garrow's rule, he normally has a 4-up invuln save, but in challenge it goes to a 3-up. So here we go. He's got 3 3-ups to make. Oh, and 2 go through. So he's actually down to 1 wound. The Imperial Fist Terminators have attacked with their 24 attacks on the charge. I've managed to cause 9 wounds, and now Chris is going to try and save him.
Correct. Okay. So we're looking for 4-up invulnerable saves. If I lose 5, they're going on to the Praetor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Terminators down, 4 saves.
But this is initiative 1 step, so the Alpha Legion Terminators will get to swing back first.
From the mixed attacks back from the Alpha Legion, I scored 4 wounds, meaning there's 4 3-up invuln saves from the Imperial Fists.
Here we go, fingers crossed. Ooh, and they're all saved. Ooh, I was happy with that. So the Imperial Fists win combat. We're just going to stop and work that out and then see if the Praetor gets swept. The Imperial Fist Terminators have smashed through the Alpha Legion Terminators, leaving the Praetor on his own. Now, with all the deaths, he is down to leadership 7. Needs to make a morale check, or there's a potential rundown here. Oh, and he makes it. So they stay in combat for another turn.
Turn 4, Alpha Legion. Starting with the movement, my Fire Raptor has come back onto the board from ongoing reserves, lining up some shots on the breaches there. My Veteran Tactical Squad has pushed around. They're pushing on to try and contest the Navigator. Just try and see if we can't snatch that if the Praetor should fall. The Javelin has also come around just to offer a bit of support onto the breaches. The Volkite Heavy Weapon Squad, again, haven't moved. They're in a great position to bring down the breacher unit. Hopefully we can put on some hurt down there. The Tactical Squad is locked up with the single Phalanx Warder. Hopefully we can put him down, end his misery, and then push on into the battlefield. Alpha Legion, turn 4 shooting, kicking things off with the Heavy Weapon Support Squad, firing into the Breacher Squad. 24 shots, I caused 11 wounds. Rich is now going to take his saves.
Right, so 3 guys before he gets to my Sergeant. So I'm going to do these, until they're dead. So first 3, I need 3 ups. Okay, that's good. Second 3. Oh, one goes down. Now I'll do it in pairs. Another one goes down, and then singles. Oh, is he going to tank them all? No, he goes down, so I lose 3 guys.
Great result there. Really happy with that. Deflagrating, that is 3 additional wounds. Rolling 2 wound, apologies. Wounding on 3s, nothing there. The Fire Raptor has opened fire on the breaches. With the Avenger Bolt Cannon, I've caused 5 wounds. Richard's now about to take his saves.
Okay, the nearest target is my Artificer Armor Captain. So I'm going to do these one at a time, needing 2 pluses. Here we go. First one. Second one. Third one. Fourth. Oh, he's gone down, and then it says 6 up invuln save on my other shield. No, that's the unit gone, sadly.
The Fire Raptor is firing his autocannon battery into the Storm Eagle. So he's got 4 shots. I'm looking for 3s to hit and 5s to glance. It is twin linked, thankfully. So that's all of them have hit, and now I need 5s to glance. Nothing, unfortunate.
Oh, got away with that. Quite happy with that.
Alpha Legion, turn 4, assault phase. The Imperial Fist Praetor has attacked my Mortis Contemptor. I was unable to hurt him in combat. The Praetor is hit back, planting a Melter Bomb on my leg. He has inflicted a penetrating hit, so I have a 6-up invuln save, which he makes.
Ooh, you jammy boy.
I am happy with that. Woo! The Alpha Legion have managed to break the stalemate against the Imperial Fist Phalanx Warders, causing enough wounds to kill the final Marine. They have consolidated a mighty 2 inches, clearing the pipe and opening them up for next turn. Carrying on with the Alpha Legion assault phase, we've got the Herculean duel between Haramaster Jaran Payne and Nathaniel Garrow. So I'm a little bit concerned here. I think there's some sort of trickery going on here, and I'm the master of trickery, so I know it when I see it. I really want to put Garrow in the ground here, so I'm going to be rolling my 6 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Hitting on 4s. Mastercrafted. That's okay. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. If Garrow can take 3 saves, please, sir.
Okay, Garrow has a 3-up invulnerable in the challenge, so fingers crossed he takes this. Here we go, 3 pluses. Oh, and he saves them all. So Garrow is now going to swing back with his 4 attacks, and I need 4s to hit. Oh, I only get 2. And then I need 3s to wound. 6s are rending, so I'm hoping for the 6s. Here we go. A couple of 6s, or 1 6. So 1 rend hit on you.
1 invulnerable save of 4 up. Oh, he takes another wound. That's my Praetor down to 1 wound. At the end of the Alpha Legion's combat there, unfortunately, Haramaster Jaran Payne has fallen to a lot of Power Fist attacks, meaning that the Imperial Fists have won that combat.
But sadly, Garrow was only able to do 1 wound on the Praetor, And the Oath of Moment mission I chose was for Garrow to slay the enemy warlord. Now, he didn't technically kill the enemy warlord. It was all the Terminator power fists that rained in and killed him in the end. So a little bit disappointed with that. Technically, I can't win the game, but I could maybe pull the game back with points and draw it. Imperial Fists turn 4 movement. The Terminators with Garrow have jumped back into the Storm Eagle, and the Storm Eagles move forward, hoping and praying we get to the 6th turn so they can fly across the table and do some damage. But in the immediate future, they can shoot the tactical squad. And the Praetor is still locked in combat with the Mortis Contemptor, hoping to deal with him this turn. Imperial Fist, shooting and assault phase combined. The Fire Raptor opened up with its Vengeance Launcher and a Bolter onto the tactical squad. I got lucky, I killed 4 of them, and they failed their leadership test and they're currently running away. So quite happy with that. But sadly, the Praetor didn't take any damage from the Contemptor Dreadnought, but at the same time couldn't get the hit off with his Melter Bomb, so they're still locked in combat.
Alpha Legion turn 5 movement phase. My Lightning has come back on from ongoing reserves. He's lining up a couple of shots on the rear armour of the Storm Eagle. The Fire Raptor has dropped into hover mode and is also looking to unload some shots into the Storm Eagle along with the Javelin. Hopefully we can bring this aeroplane down out of the skies. My tactical squad has rallied, so they're no longer running. And my final veteran tactical squad have moved up and they're looking to try and charge the Praetor, if nothing else contesting the Navigator. Turn 5 Alpha Legion shooting, starting with the Lightning. He's firing his twin-link las cannon into the rear armour of the Storm Eagle. That's a hit. Rear armour is 12, so I'm looking for 3s to glance, apologies. That's a penetrating hit.
Okay, I have elected to jink, so I've got a 4-up saving throw for this. I've got to make one of these today. Not this time though, so it goes through.
Onto the damage table. It explodes. Some amazing shooting here from the Lightning, having taken the Storm Eagle out of the sky, exploding it. We also were able to take out a single Terminator with the explosion result. This has now opened up a lot of other targets for everything else I have on the board. The Javelin Landspeeder has added his firepower to try and bring down the Terminators. The Multi-Melter unfortunately missed. The crack missiles both hit, causing 1 wound, which Richard has saved. The Fire Raptor is unable to see the Terminators, unfortunately. We discussed this a little bit because clearly he's on a larger stem there. We rationalised it out. He can't see, so no shooting from that. In terms of the wider shooting phase, I've not got much else to shoot. With the veterans having rallied, they're not in range to shoot anything, and the Volkite Culverins out of range for everything else as well. Alpha Legion turn 5 assault phase. The veteran tactical squad have mobbed the Imperial Fist Praetor, hoping to sneak in a couple of blades into the back. The Praetor is going to be going first, and Richard is about to roll his attacks now.
Thankfully, we're in a challenge with the Sergeant, so hopefully taking this Power Fist out pretty quick. So I've got 5 attacks hitting on 3s. Ooh, only 1 hit. And I need 3s to wound. This could be bad. Oh, I got the wound. So I've taken the Sergeant out. I temporarily forgot my Legion rules, my Imperial Fists. In a challenge, I get to reroll 1s. So as I've got 3 of them, these are the rerolls, hitting on 3s. Oh, and we get 3 more hits. And then 3s to wound. Here we go. Oh, and that's 2 more dead. So actually, worked out a bit better for me.
The combined attacks of the veterans and the Contemptor Dreadnought, they're trying to go all Julius Caesar on the Praetor. We've caused 10 wounds, which Richard is now about to save. This could be a really big moment and a turning point for the game.
Okay, it's a 2+ save, so I'm hoping not to see 3 3s here. Come on, Dawn, be with me. Oh, he's lost 1 wound.
It's not okay. I would like to see a couple more ones there, but there we go. The Alpha Legion have lost the combat here by 2. We've taken our leadership check, which we passed on a double 1.
Imperial Fists turn 5. Obviously, there's not a lot of movement. The Terminators have moved up, hoping to get a cheeky long charge on the Javelin. And here we go. We're going to go straight into the assault phase. Give this a go. So I need a 9-inch charge. Ooh. We just quickly remeasured the assault range and it was actually a 7-inch charge. So I have made it into combat. Really pleased with that. Imperial Fist Terminators with Garrow have managed to charge into the Javelin. There's 3 guys at the front, plus Garrow can hit the Javelin. So Garrow's going first. I need 3s to hit. 5s to hit because of grab backwash. So here we go. Ooh, nothing from Garrow. So then I've got 9 attacks from the Terminators. I really need at least one of these to go through. So 9 attacks, hitting on 5s. Come on. Ooh, I got a couple. So 2 have hit. These are strength 8 against armor 10. So 2s to glance, 3s to penetrate. We get a glance and 1 penetrate. So the Javelin's definitely wrecked. Let's see if it explodes. And it doesn't. So it's 1 wrecked Javelin. Really happy with that combat. Artimus Till, the Praetor of the Imperial Fists, is now going to swing his Paragon Blade and try and behead at least 5 of these Alpha Legion warriors. So here we go. We need 3s to hit. Oh, only 1 hit. Story of the game. Here we go. 3s to wound. Oh, we get 1 death. So I've killed 1. Sadly, would have liked to have killed a few more than that. But it's now onto the Alpha Legion to attack back.
The Alpha Legion have returned combat back against the Praetor. We've put quite a considerable amount of wounds on him, causing 3 from the unit and 1 from the Contemptor. That's 4 wounds in total for Richard to save.
Now the Praetor's got his 2-up Artificer armor save. Really hoping that he stays in the game here. He's got 3 wounds left, so let's do this. Oh, and he saves them all and wins combat by 1, which is brilliant.
Indeed.
So leadership test for the Alpha Legion Marines. And they're fine.
Okay.
So we just lock in combat. That was turn 5 of the battle. Potentially the last turn of the game. The Alpha Legion want it to stop now. I think they're pretty happy with their day's work. But the Imperial Fist wants to soldier on and keep fighting to the last. So we're going to roll to see if it goes to a turn 6, needing a 4+. Here we go. And it goes to turn 6. Here we go.
See what we can do. Alpha Legion turn 6. With the movement, the Fire Raptor, still in hover mode, has backed up into the corner, lining some shots up on the Terminators. The Lightning has just continued his way up the battlefield. There's no real viable targets for him anymore. His job is done. He's going home. The Tactical Squad has bunkered down in the corner, all about now just preserving units, so we're not giving away kill points. The Rhino has squeaked on around the corner, again just trying to preserve the kill point there. Veteran Tactical Squad still tied up in combat against the Praetor. Hopefully we can finish this turn. Turn 6, Alpha Legion shooting. The Fire Raptor has unloaded all of his weapons into the Terminators. Combined firepower from the Avenger bolt cannon, the 2 batteries of autocannons, and the 4 Tempest rockets have caused 9 wounds on the Terminators. Rich, if you could take those saves, please.
Okay, I've got 1 guy before I get to Garrow. So I'm going to try and tank it on the first guy. And once he gets onto Garrow, I'll probably do some lookouts first. So here we go. First guy, 2 up. Ooh, goes down the first one. So we'll go lookout, sir. And then save, 2 up save. Lookout, sir. 2+ save. Lookout, sir. 2+ save. Oh, another one goes down, so that's 2 dead. Lookout, sir. Oh no, Garrow. Oh, Garrow's gone down. Now we'll have to do something with that at the end of the shooting phase. Just 1 second. Lookout, sir. Oh no, not lookout, sir. 2+. And then 2+, 2+. Okay. So Garrow's gone down, but Garrow has a rule. When he loses his last wound, you do a leadership test. If you pass the leadership test, he comes back in the same spot with 1 wound remaining. So here we go. It's leadership 10. Fingers crossed. Don't fail me now. And he just survives. So I lost 2 Terminators.
Turn 6, Alpha Legion assault phase. really down to the wire now. The final combat with the Imperial Fist Praetor. Really need to put some daggers in his back here. So we're going to be doing 2 rounds of combat, simply because the Imperial Fist Terminators are out of the game. They've got no viable targets left. So just to condense it down, we'll roll these together.
Okay, so the Praetor gets his attacks first. He's got 5 attacks. I'm going to hit the Alpha Legion veterans. So here we go. Bit more luck this time. 3 pluses. Oh, we get 4 this time, which is a lot better than we've been doing. And then we need 3s. And that's 3 Alpha Legions dead.
So that was a bit of a crippling attack from the Praetor there. The veterans are coming back with their fists. Going to try and club them to death. I've got 6 attacks from the veterans. Hitting on 4s, needing 4s to wound. So 3 hits. And now 4s to wound. We score 2 wounds. We'll also roll for the Dreadnought. So that's 3 attacks. Again, 4s to hit. 1 hit. And 4 to wound. That's a wound. 2 to wound, apologies. Still another wound though.
So that's 3 saves of 2+ for my Praetor. Here we go. Oh, and he saves them all. So I win combat by 3 against the Alpha Legion veterans. So we're going to see if they run away. And they do run away. Now I can't chase them down because I'm in combat with a Contemptor, but it does get them out of the combat, which is really good going into my turn.
They're going to fall back 2d6, 5 inches. We're now returning to the second round of combat here. The Dreadnought is going to try and kill off this Praetor finally. That's 1 hit, and I need another 2 to wound. We cause another wound.
Okay, it's 2+ save. Oh, and we make that. Now this is it. This is the final. This is to hold on to the Navigator, the relic. I've got 1 attack with my Melter Bomb. If I can blow this Contemptor up, it will make a massive difference to the game score. So here we go. I need a 3+. Come on, Dawn. Be with me. Oh, it's a 1. And sadly, with that is the end of the game.
Fantastic.
We're done. The Navigator was contested at the end of the game, wasn't it?
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, my Praetor had a pretty good grip on him throughout the game.
He did.
But I couldn't get rid of that lousy Contemptor at the end.
Chris, you're contented. Did you?
He did some work.
Yeah.
He did some work. Not enough to be able to stomp on you. But yeah, held up the game and just able to contest it. So pleased with that.
Really good. Now the scores are in, and they are quite interesting, to say the least. So after all the death toll and all the oath of moments and all the special stuff that these guys had at the beginning of the turn, you both selected a model each that you wanted to kill and did all that sort of jazz. The Imperial Fists. Well, we'll start with the Alpha Legion first. Excuse me. The Alpha Legion scored 10 victory points, which is an absolute solid score.
Yeah, really pleased with that.
I think it was quite devastating, actually. He destroyed most of my army. At the end, I had the Terminator squad with Garrow, and I had the Praetor. So decimated half of Garrow. Yeah, Garrow on 1 wound. But
let's get on to points. So the Imperial Fist, you scored 8, but you got your priority target.
The priority target, he had to kill my Praetor. He selected him as priority target. Yeah. Anyone who plays the Badblood mission will know about priority target.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to kill him because the Praetor tanked everything that came at him, didn't even lose a wound all game. And because of that, I actually ended up getting D3 plus 3.
Yeah.
So, and with my lucky dice roll, I actually got 6 victory points just for him staying alive. But it's not like I didn't chuck him into it. He was into the combat. There was plenty of guys hitting him. I just got very lucky with the dice rolls with him.
So at the end, you scored 16 victory points.
Yeah.
14 victory points.
14, yeah.
And Chris, you scored 10.
Indeed.
But because of Garrow.
Yeah, I was kind of undone with the way the rules work. Garrow, the one I chose was Garrow slaying his warlord in a challenge.
Yeah.
And I managed to get him into the challenge. I managed to do a couple of wounds on him with Garrow. But sadly, it was the Terminators that finished him off. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Garrow.
Yeah.
So technically, I failed my Oath of Moment. And the way the Oath of Moment works is you can't claim a victory in the battle, but that's what it says. So if I win on points, it's technically a draw. So I can lose the battle.
Yeah.
I could draw the battle. I just can't win it. So yeah, it's one of those
So
things. I'm happy with that.
It's a draw on technicality.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
drawing a technicality. So, but to be honest, the amount of damage he did to me, the stuff he had left over at the end, for me to be ahead on victory points just because of one victory condition seemed a bit unfair. So actually, a draw I think is a fair result.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've both brought some units back. So let's start with you, Chris. Let's talk about your unit here.
Great. So I've brought back my heavy weapon support squad with their Volkite Culverins. They were just really consistent throughout the game. I was expecting Richard to target them turn one and try and just take them out. He didn't, and they just consistently put threat fire down. They removed the breaches, put some serious hurt on your veterans, and they were just solid. Really great unit. They'll definitely be returning.
Most of the tactical marines as well, and so they didn't move, but they did little bits throughout the game, which were pretty good and pretty. Did a lot of damage.
They'll be returning again.
A good solid unit, Volkite. Very popular, and they put out a hell of a amount of shots, and they're a good unit. Richard, you brought back your Praetor.
Artimus Till, I mean, he basically held the hand of the Navigator for the entire game.
Yeah, he did.
And everything they threw at him, he just saved. He just tanked everything as he was going along. And I was quite lucky with my Warlord trait to make him fearless, so he was never going to run away. I went a bit Leroy Jenkins and threw him into Contemptor and things like that. But I think it worked out in the end. I was really unlucky not to get the Contemptor with the melter bombs.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially with the 6-up invuln he made on it. So
you made that,
And actually, over the course of those most of those combats, I actually missed with a lot of hits. It was only in the challenge when we came back to that I realised I could re-roll a few things. So he just tanked everything, and him surviving meant that I didn't lose the battle. It was massive for the battle.
Yeah, I think that's key to point out as well. Chris caused so much damage on the Imperial Fists that I think you were lucky, although it was on a technicality. I think it worked out quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
When we were chatting about setting this game up, we went through 3 or 4 lists on both sides, didn't we? Because there was some very tough lists coming out of these two guys, and I thought, well, the last thing we want is a game to end on turn 2. But I think because of the way the mission went, and the way it all went, I think it went perfectly.
Because even turn 2 on it was quite brutal. I was losing units, I was losing squads. The Phalanx Warder got held on for a turn longer than maybe he should have. But the actual mission saved me in the end. So obviously having my Praetor survive, contesting the relic, it saved me in the end and meant I could continue with the game. Yeah.
Good stuff.
It told a great story as well. The whole battle just told a fantastic story, and really happy with the outcome. Yeah,
and I think the narrative we were going for is that it was going to be really bad on the Fist. They've been ambushed, they're going to be attacked. A lot of them are going to be wiped out, but Fist doing what Fist do, Terminator's going to stay strong. And then Artimus and the Terminator and Garrow would have been airlifted out with there.
Sure.
Maybe not with the Navigator, but it would have worked out all right, I think, in a narrative way.
That's good. I really hope you enjoyed the game. We've got a couple of mentions to talk about before we go. Chris, tell us about your club.
Yeah, so I'm part of the great team that heads up the Scribes of War Gaming Club. We meet in Stratford-upon-Avon on the 1st and 3rd Sunday of the month. So if you're based in Warwickshire or the Stratford area, do come on down. We meet at the Sports Club. Find us on Facebook. It's simply Scribes of War Gaming Club. All the details are on there. Be great to meet you and get some games in.
Good. And you play all sorts of games as well. It's not just 30k.
No, absolutely. We've got a strong base of people playing Age of Sigmar. We've got 40k. We've got Lord of the Rings. And we've got a little bit of 30k going on as well. So great coverage there.
Awesome stuff. And just a couple of things for me, really.
I was going to say quickly, there is a club I go to every Tuesday.
Okay, go.
Sorry, I completely forgot about Northants Wargamers. And they meet at the Road Mender in Northampton, which is quite well known as a music venue.
It's a club, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a music club. Yeah. We behind it. There's a door that we go up into these big rooms and we play all sorts of things.
Right.
30k, 40k, Age of Sigmar, and then card games. You name it, War Machine, everything we play. Right. So it's definitely worth checking them out. And that's Northants Wargamers, and they're on Facebook.
Fantastic news. Just a couple of things for me. Thank you to Pete and Dan for writing the preamble for the game. Again, we talk about trying to get more of a narrative immersion out of the games we play. Gents, thank you so much for coming down. You put some really great effort and miles.
Yeah, it's been good.
Thank you.
You've produced a fantastic game. I've really enjoyed it. Quite
it's
emotional.
very brutal, but actually the way it worked out was quite, narrative with guys just getting there in the end, So, yeah.
It worked out really well. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next game.